Hey guys, welcome back. So I have a question for Lynn today, because quite often I have people who start with the mortgage first. They get pre-approved for a mortgage.
I'm in the spotlight.
And they haven't figured out who to use for a real estate agent yet. Now I can make a recommendation, but I wanted to ask Lynn, one, why is it important that a home buyer use a real estate agent, especially a first-time home buyer? And two, how do they find the right agent for them?
So why should you use a real estate agent? Well, okay, let's just put everything down on the table. If you are an attorney, if you have family members that bought and sold and done all this before, sure, you could probably convince yourself that that's a good idea. I've had clients actually do that. They go through the title office and everything, but the question that always plagues them, and the reason why they keep calling me, is they wonder, Lynn, what is it that I do not know here? And I would like to answer that question, but in order for me to do that requires a lot of understanding of the whole process and everything that's been going on here and there, right? So in my mind, why would it be a problem to invite more people in to help you uncover things you might miss? You're only as good as your team, right? There's no I in team, that whole thing. And so a good realtor is supposed to give advice and help you through landmines that they have uncovered and seen before, and is up to date with what's going on in the marketplace and sees trends before you might actually recognize them. And so taking that information and inputting it into your knowledge base and what you see as going forward is only going to help you make a better decision. And so I don't see why you would want to move forward without one. The only other thing that I can say is, like, how do you find, or
What's important?
what
should a first-time home buyer be looking for? What should they be asking? What should be important in finding the real estate agent that they're looking for?
So I hear that a lot too, and quite honestly, what I've heard the most complaint is communication. Lack of communication, poor communication, and or they're not getting back to me right away. And so, to be quite honest with you, human nature, right? So you could reach out to someone, and because they recognize you as new business, they might offer you the earth, the moon, the stars, everything in between, and you might get a connection, you might feel really good, and then you sign that buyer's rep agreement, and then poof, where did they go, right? So what I would recommend is, well, give me a call, give me a shot, right? Let me earn your business. But on the side of that, talk with several different realtors. Go to different open houses, get referrals from family and friends. Talk to them, and don't sign a buyer's rep just right out of the gate. Make them work for it. Test them. How quickly do they get back to a text, a question that you've asked, a call? How long does it take them to turn that around? Look, I'm a pretty busy guy, but I'm not too busy to respond or follow up quickly with any of my clients that reach out. I may not be able to pick up the phone when you call because I'm with another client, but I guarantee you, as soon as I have a moment, I'm gonna text you and say, hey, I'll get right back to you after this meeting in about an hour or so. You'd be surprised how many agents don't follow up or don't respond back. And so that little simple test will tell you how important are you to them, because guess what? It's not about us, it's about you. And you need to hold yourself to that level of standard and make your people who come into your portfolio to help you through this buying process, hold them to that standard that you come first. It doesn't matter how many people you're working with. McDonald's can serve millions of people in one day. It didn't slow them down. So, I mean, come on, let's just think about this seriously. I would say test them, and kind of let you know how I do it is that any and everyone that I work with, that I first come in contact with, that we're getting to know each other, I recognize that you don't know me. And so what I like to do is I like to offer all my clients, hey, you don't have to fill out a buyer's rep. I'll meet with you, I'll show you some properties. You don't have to fill out a buyer's rep. It is required by the state of Texas, and I do have to have one to represent you, but a lot of agents will require that that's done right away. And in my mind, how can you really do that when you don't really know them? And so I guess that's...
Keep in mind, you're getting into a 35-page legally binding contract. Would you walk into a court of law without an attorney? Now, if it's a $200 small claim against your neighbor, maybe so. But if there are 6 figures involved, would you walk into a court without an attorney? Would you get involved in this without somebody that understands that contract, understands all the timelines and triggers, and understands all the opt-outs and ways to protect you? So I hope this was helpful. Check back next time. We'll have some more information for you.
Thanks, guys.